Go. All right.
Good afternoon. It is Friday, 3 p.m. in the afternoon. We're about to do our chronological order of things to come.
All right, Meme. What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is fuchsia.
Fuchsia. All right. And what is your favorite dish your mother used to make?
Roast beef, mashed potatoes,
Yeah.
and vegetables. Yep.
If you could visit any state, which one would it be?
Back to Rhode Island, where all my family is, to stay.
If you had to do life over again, what profession would you have chosen?
Nurse.
Nurse? Favorite sport?
Football.
Yeah?
I like watch football.
Growing up, who was your favorite cousin and why?
Well, it was my cousin Richard Dickey, because it's the only cousin I had that I knew.
Really?
Because he was the only one here, where we lived, in Rhode Island.
Where did your other cousins live?
Canada.
Favorite music artist of all time?
All time would be Celine Dion.
How about your scariest moment?
When my dad died,
What happened?
it just caught me by surprise, and I was only maybe 21 at the time. He was only 49. So it was a scary time with something like that to happen. Just like that, you know. Nobody expected it. It was unexpected.
What happened? How did he die?
He had a stroke. He had a cerebral hemorrhage. He lived for maybe 11 days, I think it was, before he passed. But if he'd have lived, he would have been blind and paralyzed. He would have never wanted to live that way.
What jobs have you had? And which one was your favorite?
Well, I worked in a 5 and dime store as a cashier and that. Then I worked in Interpack for 30 years, so that was my better job. I liked that one a better one.
What's your favorite memory of your mother and father?
They were hard workers. I gotta say, they were hard workers. My mom was very strict. My dad was a pushover. With me, anyway, with me. But that's it. They were good people. You know, they had 7 kids, and they brought it was a tough times. But we all managed, you know, we took care of each other.
Tell me about your grandparents. Their name, their profession, describe
I
them.
only knew my maternal grandparents, my mother and father. They lived in the front house of ours. There was 2 houses in the yard. They lived in the front. My grandfather was Alex, and he was a butcher in a meat market. Not a regular market, just a regular butcher shop. My grandmother was Selena. She never worked, but she cooked and she sewed. She made clothes for us and stuff like that.
Favorite sibling and why?
It would have to be my sister Yvette, because we were only a year apart in age and we were close. The boys were more into, my 2 older brothers were more into their education and the boy stuff, you know, Boy Scouts and things like that. You know.
About your biggest fear?
Losing him and being by myself. And I know I'd never be alone, but you know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
You know.
Tell me a little bit about your mom and dad.
My mother and father were both hard workers. My mother worked in a mill. She worked 3rd shift. My dad ran a store. He ran a catering business and a pool parlor, all at the same time, all different things.
Soda fountain too, right?
The variety store had a soda fountain in it. And we used to make, she used to cater, they call them lunch bags, Murphy's lunches, and take them to the mills every morning or every noontime. So we would work in the back to make the sandwiches, and it would be a sandwich, a piece of fruit, and a piece of pastry, and bag them all and stuff like that. And it was a good time. We had good times doing that, you know.
Name one thing nobody knows about you.
That I don't know. I couldn't answer that question. Really. I really had to think about that, and I still can't answer it.
Did you do any sports growing up?
Not sports, no, because Catholic school I went to didn't have sports.
Didn't you do swimming?
That was just a short period of time. I did that high diving and swimming, that was maybe only for a year before they shoved me back into Catholic school. Because I bunked. I bunked one day, and one of the girls that was with my sister that bunked with us didn't want me there and called my mother and told her. And then next morning I was right back in St. Jean's school. Yeah.
What about your favorite Christmas present?
A diamond necklace that he gave me. Yeah, I always loved that.
How about a gift you've always wanted?
I can't say that either. I've always mostly gotten everything that I've gotten I've wanted. I don't. Maybe learning how to drive would have been a good gift, but I never learned. Not that they didn't want to teach me, but I just never did. You know.
How much is the most money you ever won?
$500.
Bingo?
At a bingo, yeah. One bingo, yep.
And describe your childhood.
It was a normal childhood. Like I said, we went to Catholic school. We were only a year apart, or first 5 of us, so we were close in age. We had a lot of friends. You know, we did a lot of things together. Other than that, I would say it's just normal. You know?
Where'd you guys hang out when you were kids?
In our own backyard. You know, it's not like now everybody watches TV or plays TV games. Back then we had to go outside and play, or we had to, we went to our friends' houses. There was no such thing as playing. Like you said, we played different games, hide and seek and
Manhunt and stuff like that.
All that different stuff. And in the wintertime we used to freeze up the backyard, and we made an ice skating rink in our backyard, and everybody would come and skate there. You know?
I did that on Daniel Street once.
Is it? Yeah.
Describe the neighborhood you grew up in.
It was a decent neighborhood. Everybody knew everybody. All the kids went to the same school. We all went to the same Catholic school, so we all knew each other. It was very good.
What about the house you grew up in?
It was a 2-family house. We lived on the first floor. There was 3 bedrooms, kitchen, a living room, and of course a bathroom. And the woman on the second floor was Mrs. Barone, who lived there as long as I can remember. Before she moved away, or before I moved away, I can't remember which one went first. You know, but it was a nice neighborhood.
Do you remember your childhood friends?
Yeah, I had two really good friends. One was Dorothy Feely, and the other was Doris Matthew. Doris Matthew only lived a couple of houses away from me. She ended up marrying and moving to Connecticut, somewhere in Connecticut. I kind of lost track of her. Dorothy Feely, she stuck around for quite a while, but she was from a kind of a poor family. Parents didn't have much. She was an only daughter. She had 3 brothers, but she never had much of anything. But we just got close for some reason. Then she married, and she married Mike Murphy, and they had 4 boys, I believe it was. And I think she divorced. I lost track. We used to, when my kid David and Sue were small babies, we used to go on picnics together, go to the beach and stuff like that. Then I lost track of them after all of that. I think she divorced. I'm not sure.
What about the best compliment you ever received?
Best compliment? I don't know. That I was good looking. Hey, you laughing.
Do you trust anyone with your life?
Yes, I trust him the most, and I trust all of my kids and my grandchildren.
What is your greatest strength?
My greatest strength? Well, I don't know what I put down here. What my greatest...
Second page.
Second page? You're already up to there.
Second question down.
Oh, the strength. I would say compassion. That's what I put down here. Compassion. And the greatest weakness would be being too critical sometimes. Not judgmental, but critical.
Who was more strict, your mother or father?
My mother, by far.
I remember your mother.
Yeah.
And did your parents have a good marriage?
Yes, they did. As far as I know, they did, yes.
How did your family earn money?
Like I said, my mother worked in the mill. My father had the businesses, and we all helped work there. My brothers and sisters, as we got old enough, we took part-time jobs. And like him, we had to turn our paychecks over to our parents.
You had to, or you chose
At that
to?
time, you had to. You know, in my family, I don't
That's
know
just
about
the way it was.
Yeah,
back
that's
then.
the way it was. You worked, you handed your paycheck over. Sometimes you got an allowance if they could afford it. You know, but other than that, no.
And how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters.
What memories do you have of each of them when you were growing up?
Well, my brother Jerry was born 1931, and he was, I don't know, I never got too close to him because he owned a big brother. You know, he was kind of, I'm the big brother here, you do what I say. My sister Yvette, we were very close, it was just the 2, but she was kind of on the wild side, a little opposite from me. My brother Bobby, he was very academic. Everything was
That's one with the
academic.
mathematician, right?
Yes, he was very, that was his life, you know. My brother Ray, he was very outgoing. He liked to go out and have a good time all the time. You do remember Uncle Ray?
Yeah.
Okay. My sister Rita, she was young when I got married, so I didn't spend a lot of time with her until she moved back to the States, and then she moved here. And we were just getting to know each other when she had gotten killed in a car accident. She was born in 1944. Then Elaine was the baby of the family, so I didn't really spend a whole lot of time with her. Because she was born in 49. By then, I'm 15, 20 years older than her, you know, so. Like she's 65 and I'm 82, so there's 17 years difference in age.
Big difference.
It's a big difference, yeah. But we're close now. We talk to each other a lot on the phone and stuff, you know. So it's good. Everything's good.
Did you have any pets as a child?
My father had a dog, a boxer, called Penny. And she was a good dog, but when my dad died, they kept her for a while, but she just pined away. She wouldn't eat, she wouldn't sleep.
Oh, well,
They had to put her down because she was too close to my dad, you know. So that was the only pet we had.
what were you like as a child? What did you like to eat, and what did you do for fun?
I'd eat anything. And for fun, I used to like skating. So they used to have the arena in Providence. They had hockey games there on Sunday or Saturday night. My dad would take us there because maybe 2 hours before
You could
you
skate.
could skate. They would have it open for people to skate, you know. So we used to do that all the time. Always look forward to getting a new pair of skates at Christmas time, which we did, you know, most of the time. So it was good. Everything was good.
And if you could pass 3 things down of wisdom, what would they be?
Be loving, kind, and caring for each other. And never go to bed, if you're married or even have a girlfriend, never go to bed mad at each other. Tell them you love them because you may not have the chance the next day to do it. You know, a lot of people we know have gone to bed and never got up. And it was too late after that. I said, I should have done this or I should have done that. That's what happened to my brother Bobby. He went to bed and never got up again. You know, so you never know. And he was only 55. He was young.
Wow. And there was nothing wrong with him? What?
No, he got a massive heart attack.
Wow.
And he didn't work like physical labor. He was a professor at University of Connecticut, and that's what he taught, you know, calculus and all that kind of math. And he used to go to math competitions. But he was, I guess it was a lot of pressure, stress on him for that type of work, what he was doing to keep up with it, you know. So, nobody knew. If he did have a health problem, he never told anyone. We never knew, nobody knew. And he died in September of 91, and my mother passed in November of 91, 6 weeks later. I think it was too much for her to
I remember
bury a
that.
child, to bury
I
a
remember that
child,
too.
yeah.
I was 9.
Yep. So, anyway,
You got anything else you want to say to everybody?
I just want to say, as he said, we love everybody, all our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. We're here. The doors are open anytime they want to visit. Just give us a call, and we'll be here for you. Love you all. And Merry Christmas.